And a very warm welcome, your Qatar qualifying reaction as Max on pole for the first time since Austria. Wow, a champion's lap and the four-time champion delivers. That Red Bull should be nowhere near the pole and he's delivered again. Wow, what a turnaround. Finished 8th in the sprint and now on pole. What the hell? Yes, we jump into Q1 and a big shock as Nico Hulkenberg gets knocked out. He finished 7th in the sprint and he's knocked out 18th. Ocon last. My subscribers called it for a very long time and he could be right. Ocon has one good race in 20. Well, he had a good race at Brazil, didn't he? And he's been nowhere since. Q2. Impressive Fernando Alonso as he makes Q3. And both Saubers very impressive. Probably Sauber's best qualifier, really, as a team. And Kevin Magnussen gets through. And then in Q3, wow, Max pulls out a champion's lap. There's no ifs, there's no buts, there's no maybes. That is a champion's lap. My star of qualifying, I'm going to give it Fernando Alonso. Yeah, Qatar qualifying reaction. A champion's lap by Max. Yeah, the stewards are investigating an incident that took place between Max and George. George coming, had to go really wide onto the curb as Max was dawdling. I don't think there'll be anything that comes of it as they were both on slowdown laps. So, yeah, let's run down the order. P1 Max, superb, champion's lap. Like I say, 8th in the sprint behind a Haas. And now he sticks it on pole a couple of hours later. What is that about? Superb. Yeah, that Red Bull should not be on pole today. But Max, again, gets the best out of a bad package. P2, George Russell. He's probably been the fastest man all weekend. Yeah, he's looked supreme. Recently, George Russell and qualifying has been a massive strength. He's been on the front row a lot of times. He's consistently ahead of his teammate at the minute. George Russell's on fine form, and he's got to be favourite for the race tomorrow, surely. P3, Lando Norris. I don't know if you've seen my community post, but I praise Lando Norris. Team player. Lives, breathes and dies for McLaren. Loyal to McLaren. And he gave up a sprint win earlier. And I gave him great praise. And I genuinely wanted him to get pole because of what he did. P3 Norris. 4th comes Piastri. I say that's disappointing for McLaren given where they were in the sprint, but the positive is they're ahead of Ferrari. 5th comes Charles Leclerc. They're desperate to get ahead of the McLarens tomorrow. 6th comes diverse Lewis Hamilton. Wow. Not terrible as we've seen in qualifying, but still not good. Russell 2nd, Lewis is 6th. 7th, Carlos Sainz, not good. 8th, Fernando Alonso, my qualifying star. That Aston Martin is a tractor. Alonso goes well round here. On the podium last year. Very good, Fernando Alonso. 9th, Sergio Perez. He's had a terrible weekend. There's no getting away from it. Out in Q1 in the sprint quali. Then finished last in the sprint. 9th. Is it good? I don't believe so. I honestly don't believe so. How can it be good when his teammate's on pole? 10th, Kevin Magnussen. Outstanding K-Mag. Outstanding. Big Dane nuts again. I mean, ahead of Hulkenberg is impressive. 11th, Gasly. Not happy. Should be in that Q3, really, with the pace he's got. So, yeah, he's not going to be happy in his interviews. 12th, Guan Yu Zhou. Guan Yu Zhou has stepped up. What is wrong with this guy? He gets dropped, and then we see some fight. We see some passion by Guan Yu. Where's that passion been all season? I'm, like, frustrated and kind of passionate about it. Honestly, if you perform like this all the time, we wouldn't be hammering you. I mean, in the sprint, you were like 3 seconds off the pace. What was that about? And then we come into quali, 12th, he beats Valtteri Bottas. 13th, Valtteri Bottas. A decent effort, but by the Saubers. 14th, 1-1. Not amazing, not spectacular, and Racing Bulls not good for the constructors. 15th, Lance Stroll, 0.7 off Fernando Alonso. Wow. Lance Stroll doing his usual. 16th, Alex Albon, just missed out on Q2. Yeah, wow. 17th, Liam Lawson, had a good sprint, but yeah, main qualifying, little error. Yeah, wasn't happy with Lance Stroll getting in his way. 18th, Hulkenberg. I think that's the biggest shock of quali. Hulkenberg finished 7th in the sprint. He beat a world champion in Max, finished ahead of Max. We roll on a couple of hours to quali, and he's 18th. Wow, come on, Hulk. How? How is that possible? Strange quali. Strange quali. I mean, some people in the sprint were rubbish, yet they've come alive in qualifying. And some people were good in sprint, and they've been really poor in quali. Strange. 19th, Collie Dog really struggled at this track. There's no getting away from it. He is struggling. 20th and last, Esteban Ocon. Wow, that is mucky by the baguette. Tomorrow is going to be spicy. We've got Max, we've got George. They've got history. We've got Lando in the mix. McLaren v Ferrari. Who's going to win at Qatar? Russell or Norris has to be the favourite, I believe. Yeah, really looking forward to the race. Yeah, strange qualifying. But Max again, 4-time champion, 27 years of age. I mean, wow. You just lost for words. How has he pulled out that quali lap today? How is he on pole? Yeah, really excited for the race tomorrow. Comment down below your thoughts. We'll always reply. Max on pole for the Qatar Grand Prix. Turn 1's going to be spicy. Max and George, they don't really like each other, do they? Bring it on.